Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us today. We have so much to get through today, so we're going to try to do it as quickly as possible. Hopefully Ryan won't sidetrack us. Turn my light on, give me a pretty... I don't want to dilly-dally, so let's start bringing everybody in. We'll start off with Kaiju Brown Suit. How's it going?
Well, we are back live, and hopefully better news, but we'll see. You know, in any other case, I will be the reissue brown suit Kaiju Wolverine for everyone today. It's real. It's real.
It's real. It's real. All right, let's bring in our next illustrious host, Kaiju Doggy. How you doing?
That just sounds all kinds of wrong, but I am awesome. I just back from the Great White North into 103 temperature outside, so really excited for that. But fun times abroad. I'm not sure that we're live on YouTube. Says we start in 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, 6:45.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
No, it's live. It's live. I'm on
It's
YouTube.
live. Yeah.
Weird. Looks like I need call tech support.
Yeah, that's very weird. Let's bring in
Oh, there we go.
the Kaiju Beer Brick. That's a joke from yesterday. I'm glad that
Why
he's
you bullying
a
me?
funny guy. What's going on?
Good. Yeah, I got to watch the stream yesterday, and yeah, after the first 10 height jokes,
No, we only did
didn't watch
one.
the rest.
Come on, we did one. We always joke about that. We joke about Ryan being naked. Come on.
At least that was a 400% bear brick and not the regular size.
Yeah. I would never do that to you. Come on.
But still only this big.
All right, let's keep
Yeah,
going.
all good.
I wanna bring in the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the Kaiju Kitty. There he is, everyone. He is a real person, and he
am.
might be me. He might be me. I don't know.
Wait. Okay. Now you're seeing double.
Oh man, it's a
Welcome, man.
multiverse.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying to draw Yongari right here
Mm-hmm.
because I've been drawing
One more time.
Wendigos for a whole week.
What? Nice.
Yongari. This is the Titanic Creations Yongari that they did as like a what was it? It was like a HasLab, but it wasn't really a HasLab because you were just pre-ordering. So they just wanted to make sure that they had enough pre-orders in to, justify making a whole bunch of them. And then $100, he came with a ton of stuff. So it was like you spent $100 instead of spending $100 and getting this guy.
I love that one, man. I love that one.
With his slack jaw.
Yeah, but he's a great figure.
Oh no, I love this figure too. But when you compare them, it's like, okay, this was $109. That thing was $110. He came with a collapsible bridge, a temple, 3 oil tankers, like tanks, jets. Like he came with the works, and then Godzilla came with an extra head that had some blood on it because Gigan penetrated his skull with his hook hand. So yeah.
And he didn't even come with atomic breath.
No breath effect, no. But a really great tail articulation for a Tamashii Nations figure, I have to say. It has.
They're getting better.
They're no higher, but they're getting better.
No, they're no higher.
They're no higher.
At all.
Yeah, I know, Abby. It's like I'm on tour. Because I did a stream with Ayo Frankie last night, and I was like, I don't normally do streams, and all of a sudden it's just like, I got asked to do this stream.
Man. It's
But I
Kaijun.
Yeah.
It's Kaijun.
It's Kaijun. Are we on the last day of Kaijun?
Well, you are.
I am.
It's over for me.
No, you're in Kai July.
I am.
Hey.
But not Kaijun.
Not Kaijun.
All right, let's bring in our last deplorable, the Kaiju balls. Is he here or is he taking a dump? I don't know.
Can it be both?
It could be.
Damn
both.
it! I was hoping for Kaiju no pants, but balls is always a good second option, I guess.
And he went the
Kaiju
easy
balls.
route. He threw up some meatballs. Could have done something else, but
See,
I guess he is
for the
pooping.
stars.
All right, like I said, we've got a ton to get through, so let's just jump right into it. Maybe Kaiju balls will show up later. Hopefully he washes his hands. So again, our special guest for today is the Kaiju Kitty, and we're gonna go over a whole bunch of stuff. You can see there's 7 notable things that I want to address, and hopefully we can tackle them and get through them and add some insight as we go along. So first off, I want to remind everybody that Christmas in July is days away. This is for channel members only. It's a giveaway on July 4th. I will be doing a video. I don't know if it's going to be a video or a live stream. It depends on how much time I have. And I will go over what I'm going to be putting into the giveaway pool. So for every month you are a Kaiju Daddy channel member in 2025, you get 1 spot on the wheel. Some people are getting extra spots for doing extra things. Ubby, Figure Fight Club, he's done a couple things. He's getting a couple extra spots. Good for him. We have a goal today. If we meet that goal, it should be there in the chat. If we meet that goal, I will do 2 extra spots or 2 spots in general for somebody who's watching the stream tonight. So again, this is for channel members. If you are a channel member for 1 month, you get 1 spot. If you're a channel member for 7 months up to July, you'll get 7 spots. And then if you earn extra spots, those will accrue accordingly. So again, I'm thinking about maybe about 20 different items for the pool. And the winner will be last man standing. And the pool will be a spin. So we'll spin the wheel to see what you've won. And that should be a lot of fun. So I'll go over what the prizes are on July 4th. And I will do the stream probably July 31st. So it'll be fun. The stream will be open to everybody, but only the Kaiju Daddy channel members will have a chance of winning. So 99 cents a month, guys. Helps the channel, helps pay for the streaming. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the Goldies. The Goldies. I'm looking forward to this. I've seen that a lot of different YouTubers are starting to put up their own streams in anticipation of what they're going to be doing. So we're going to be counting down our mid-year top 10 pickups for 2025. We got 10 people with a very, very diverse collection. We've got Transformer people. We've got, amazing Yamaguchi people. We've got Marvel Legends people. We've got the whole gamut. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. And, I think a lot of people will get drunk. And hopefully one person in particular doesn't get too naked. So that'll be July 7th. So hopefully you guys will tune in. If we meet certain goals during the stream, I will be giving away 1 of 2 figures to somebody in the stream. It's a sold out figure. It is a very, very in-demand figure. And I think people are going to want to watch, because if you get the replay, you're not going to be able to win it. It's going to be live, people watching live. So make sure you tune in. Set your clocks, set your alarms. And another reminder that the Metacom event, we've been pooping on Metacom a lot the last week. The Metacom event, where they showcase their prototypes, that'll be July the 26th. I know Ian is going. I don't know if Ian is planning on being there the 26th. He's got plans. He's got people in town. But I'll be there. I'll be there at the front of the line or close to it. Get the video, go home, put the video up on YouTube, and then maybe a couple hours later, I'll do a live stream that hopefully goes about 4, 5, 6 hours. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that'll be on July the 26th. It's a big event for those of us who collect Mafex. And I'm looking forward to it a lot. There's a lot of figures that I'm looking forward to seeing that were prototyped last time. I want to see the evolution of the development, particularly Iceman. And then we had some leaks regarding some future figures that I'm really excited to hopefully see prototypes for. So these are the things that are on the agenda, and I just wanted to touch on them before we get into the mainstream. So that being said, we do have the Chaos. This is the Muff Toys, the Chaos National Defender. This is a waffle that will end this coming weekend, and we will choose the winner on July the 7th. So if you want to get this figure is sold out. If you want to get this figure, we have it up on the Facebook group. I don't know if Al can post the link in the chat. This is for people in the Facebook group only. It's $5 a spot if you want an opportunity to try to win this. So it's free worldwide shipping. It's open to everybody all over the world. I'm in Japan. Al is in America. Kaiju Balls, we never know where he is. What is that, backwards? What did you put up?
I wrote hi Rowdy backwards. I was just trying to say hi to Rowdy Riles. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
No, I was looking at Kaiju Balls. He put something up. I don't know what he did.
It's hard to look away.
It is. So we have this waffle, and we also have the Wolverine waffle, which we started yesterday. We did a stream, Al and myself, with this. I was able to pick up the last one that was available at the store that I was directed to via two other Medicom stores. So we're doing a waffle for that. I'm hopeful that figure is going to be made available for everyone, but as of right now, it's not looking good. So let's just put it that way. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. People have been quoting me in different groups. Kaiju Daddy said it's only in Japan. I never said that. I said that well, first of all, Mafex is only in Japan. So let's get that straight off the bat. I said that based on what Medicom people told me, based on their reaction to when I even asked about it, based on the fact that it only went to a couple of places and none of the retailers knew anything about it when Medicom put the information out, it's not unheard of to speculate that this might not be available. So just take that again with a grain of salt. But we're going to get into Wolverine again in a moment and talk more about that. But that's just for the waffle. And I have news. I've heard whispers that Tamashii Nations, either at the end of this week or the beginning of next week, will officially confirm that this is 15.5 centimeters. So for people who are a little bit nervous, a little bit upset with that initial 14, was it 14 or 14.5 centimeter listing, that was a sort of a generic placeholder that they didn't update the centimeter height. It will be 15.5. Tamashii Nations will put that information out again, either at the end of this week or the beginning of next week. So that's what my birds are whispering to me. So do not fear, it's coming. So with that being said, Ian's been doing some investigative journalism regarding that Wolverine. Ian, do you want to tell us some of the stuff that you've uncovered?
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing really major. But yeah, we have a online site here called Mercari. I guess you've got it maybe everywhere, like Mercari. We call it Mercari. But I check that quite regularly just to see what's on there. And there's a couple of buyers, sellers on there selling the brand suit Wolverine, which is really weird. And they've all got the same photos, but it's different. They've got different usernames, and they're selling them for like double price than retail. And I kind of contacted one of the guys. I sent a message to one of the, well, to both of them. They replied with exactly the same reply, so it's definitely the same seller.
Oh.
And they said that I asked them where they got these from, because first of all I asked, is it the reissue or is it the old ones? Do they have like old stock? And they said it's the reissue. It's a brand new reissue. Then I asked where they got it from, just to kind of authenticate, and they said that it was from the official Medicom store. Now, they didn't say exactly which store it was. There's a chance that it could be online, but just the way it's worded in Japanese kind of implies that it's from a store, which is really weird. So somehow this one person managed to get loads of these brand suit Wolverines, because he's selling them. He or she's selling them, and then they're coming back. So every time that one sells, lists another one. And yeah, apparently got it from a Medicom store, an official store. So, you know, it's quite telling, because, you know, we thought that maybe these were kind of dead stock that's been left over, but it just seems like someone has access to them. Someone bought them.
Someone cornered the market.
Sunday or Monday. Yeah, and someone's making a profit off them already. So they have released. They're out there. You know, the one that Robert has is clearly a reissue version, not an old version. And yeah, it's weird. And the thing is, with their names are quite strange. Like one of the names, I think translates. It's in I think it was in katakana, which is the alphabet we use in Japan for foreign things. And the name was Lucy, which, you know, is not a Japanese name as well. So that's also quite telling whether it is a reseller, whether they're trying to hide their name, I don't know. But yeah, it's very, very weird, because they did exist. They were in stores somewhere. Someone got them, and someone's making money off them, which is super frustrating.
I got a message on Instagram from someone. I got it this morning when I woke up. And this person said that he was in Shibuya yesterday, and on a whim, because he had seen the information that we posted about Wolverine, he went over to Project 1/6. This is Sunday afternoon. I think he said around 3 or 3:30. And he went in, and they had one in the store, just one. So he got it. It was behind the counter. If you've ever been into Project 1/6, it's kind of, you know, they keep the figures behind the counter. You have to actually ask for it. You can't just grab it off a shelf. And he said he got it. And again, he just got one. So it's kind of weird, the fact that, like Ian said, this one person who's on multiple platforms with different names is seemingly supplying all of these Wolverines at the same time. It's the reissue version. And that person has gotten almost every single figure that was maybe available in Tokyo. So it's just weird. It's a weird situation. You know, right from the get-go, the way that Medicom dropped the news day of. They've never done that before. They've done stealth drops. They've done shadow drops. But they've never announced something releasing the same day. And the fact that they only put it on 3 of their numerous online stores, and then not all of their physical stores got it. It was just a very, very weird situation, which again led to yesterday's stream of frustration, speculating, you know, why the low numbers, why the low number of venues to get it. And, you know, I'm still subscribing to Al's theory, which is that this was extra stock until I see otherwise. I know that some of the retailers who ship stuff out of Japan have said that they're getting it. But you know what? I mean, people have said that before and they haven't gotten anything. So, it's a wait and see approach. I hope it's available. I don't have one. I got one. I got it for a guy. The guy, I asked him if I could make it available for the group because there's so many people who want it. And he was cool enough to say, yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And we're making one available. So I don't have any spots in the waffle. I'm not going to give myself a spot. If I win, people will riot. But, I still need a brown Wolverine. So I'm actively hoping that this is going to come back out in bigger numbers because I do want one. I absolutely want one. I need one for my collection. So it's just a weird situation overall. Kaiju Balls, you're kind of quiet down there. You want to say hi? You want to speculate a little bit on this?
No, I think somebody got a hold of all these shipments and took them all. So sounds like an inside job or something. No, I've been just busy doing these slides. I'm on slide number 68.
Still doing them?
Still doing them. Really concentrating. So I'm trying to do one company some justice here, but it's a lot of work. So today was a real rough day for me. I had to drive an hour and a half to get a computer charger. So
you could have just bought one.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I went to work and the lady goes, "You never read your emails." I'm like, "Well, I do have 10,000 unread emails," and she said, "You never picked up your charger." What she doesn't realize is I took the charger before I was supposed to, and I lost it. So she gave me another one, and then she told me she's going to give me a second one too. So now I'll have 3. Eventually, I'll find it, but I'm just about an hour and a half behind. So. But yeah, this brown suit Wolverine, I think it's going to be at the Metacom event, but
yeah,
we will see.
Hopefully it is.
Yeah.
And again, if it is, I'll try to grab more for the group. That Metacom event, I'll try to grab as many as I can. If I have to go back multiple days with multiple disguises,
yeah,
to do so,
well, you guys remember the story about the Nike senior vice president that had a son that was selling Nikes?
Yeah.
And he was making millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And he got interviewed by some YouTuber or a TV station.
He got busted.
And yeah, he got busted because of that. So that stuff, happens.
Yeah.
I wonder who makes the blog posts because it's a blog. Do you think the stores have access to the blog posts?
I don't think so. Not from talking to the people I talk to.
Okay.
Not according to them. I mean, they don't do it anymore, obviously, but they used to take photos of the figure. We all remember those crappy photos they used to put up showcasing the figure. Oh, it's on display in Project 1.6, and they would show it. It's like they took the photo with a shoe. And they don't do that anymore. They don't send the figures in advance to the stores anymore. I'm going to take credit for that one because I used to put videos and pictures up and they didn't like it. So I think there's probably 1 or 2 people who are responsible for the blog. And I don't blame the people who do the blog. I blame the people who give them the message and schedule the timing. You know what I mean? Like, you can only do what you can do. And if the people above you are not giving you the information or telling you not to release the information, what can you do? You can only do what you have and what you're capable of. So, even with Marvel TV Guy, him saying that, the way that they have to deal with Metacom, he says it's just incredibly frustrating and they're secretive and they're stupid unless Kevin Feige's on the calls or in the meetings, and then suddenly, they're willing to disclose information. But it just seems to be the way they operate, which if you live in Japan, Ian, is not out of the realm of common. It happens quite a lot. So
yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
so anyway, so that's the scoop. that's the scoop on the Wolverine. Anything else you want to add on that, Ian, before we jump?
No, I'm all good. As you said,
Kaiju
like some people are listing it. So yeah, I know some listings have changed. Some old listings,
Yeah.
so
Different prices. Yeah. Kaiju Kitty, do you collect Mafex?
No, I have a CT Toys Wolverine, but he's the tiger
Here you
stripe
go.
one. He's
Look
not
at
the brown one.
man.
And when I put him in a video, though, I always say he's a Mafex, but I always say it sarcastically because
Okay.
I'm just, you know,
You just-
I don't like I spending $100 on this guy was like, ugh, fuck,
That was
you
tough.
know. Spending $240 on this guy was like, ouch, you know. But I can justify that because there's not an articulated Gamera on the market that's $25. But there's always going to be a Wolverine somewhere that's articulated for $25. So
Yeah.
I have a hard time justifying in my brain spending $100 on a Wolverine for myself. Yeah, that's
Okay.
just.
I do too, but somehow it just keeps happening.
Yeah.
And I understand it too. Like again, $240. I'm like, I have the money for it, and it was still like an ouch. And it's like, I got him. I love 95 Gamera, so I'm stoked. But at the same time, I'm looking at that going like,
Yeah, let's do that Gamera.
Yeah.
I love Gamera. That's awesome.
yeah, this is my favorite Gamera design. I know everybody prefers the way he looked in Gamera 3, but I like how 95 Gamera was like a combination of Showa era Gamera, but you know, something updated for the 90s. And then Gamera 3, I don't dislike that movie, but I think it gets way too much hype. And for me, it's like, I think Guardian of the Universe is a lot better.
Ian's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Kaiju Balls knows. He knows. He knows all. He's a new Godzilla collector. The guy's deep into Godzilla lore now.
Yeah, I'm going for all of them. So I was catching a little bit of what he was talking about, but yeah, I already have it.
All right. Let's get into the chat and say hello. We already had a comment right at the beginning. He got his National Defender, but the LED in the head came apart from the neck peg. Not sure if you should glue it. I didn't glue mine. It's just the way it was made. In my review, I said that the head was, excuse me, a little bit pliable, a little bit bendable, flexible, which is great because you can just dig it out. And, you know, Jason was showing all you need is like some tweezers or a little, you know, very thin screwdriver or something.
Jewelry screwdriver works great.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's normal. I wouldn't worry about it. It's just the way that they made it. But, you know, that's just how it is. So let me bring back Al. Al is back. Let's keep going through here. Jose, good morning. Good morning and good evening. So, do you guys think Mafex stands suck? No, not at all. They're awesome. His stand today. So you have to be able to, you should tighten the screw. They don't come ready to go because, you know, different figures are different weights and you might want to take off something and adjust it. So you just need those little screwdrivers to tighten in the screw, and then they're good. They're great.
But
So
don't over
Mafex
tighten
stands
or
are
you will strip that whole
Yeah.
thing out.
Yeah, I would also say be careful because transparent or translucent plastic tends to be a lot more rigid and fragile. I had to tighten up the stand for my Haya Rodan, and it was like I was just like a nervous wreck because it was an Allen wrench, and I'm sitting there going like, don't break, because I have no other way of displaying this figure.
I mean, there's other great stands. I know that Alice looked at a lot of stands on Amazon, some different stands with kind of like a very flexible pole.
Yeah.
Which I've seen people use in photography. So if you're not a big fan of those stands, you can go on Amazon and look for some of those bendable wired stands. I think that they're a lot more rigid.
Yeah.
They've got them now in Japan. Like
AliExpress.
we have 100 yen stores here. That they've got these really good ones now. Have you got any of those, Robert? The 100 yen stores now have these ones. It's just like it's like a bendy plastic. It's awesome, man. But it's quite hard. But you can just bend the plastic, so you can get it in lots of different positions.
It's at like a Daiso.
And it's at Seria. I bought them from Seria 100 yen stores. They're really good. And then like it's 100 yen, 110 yen.
Yeah, with the tax. Yeah. Bones, hello. What's going on, Bones? Thank you for joining. Well, listen, Jose, we're hoping some people in the chat reciprocate. Come on, it's Kai June. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go through again. Ubby's here. What's going on, man? Ubby was just in Texas. He's back home. I'm guessing unpacking and unboxing all of his stuff. Giving a shout out to the Kaiju Kitty. Kitty is on tour. Yeah. The collector. He says he was on the toilet. Are you still on the toilet or are you done? He doesn't know.
I think he fell asleep.
Now, you never know. I might have a little porta potty right here.
Well, so
why do you think I'm sitting in this direction?
You look deep in thought. You need reading material.
So Anito, it ain't a good day if you don't watch the Kaiju.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little bit. I had a roll of toilet paper and I was taking a leak. I grabbed it and I accidentally threw it in the toilet. It was bad. Yeah, I'm telling you, I had a rough day, dude. Just terrible. I had a big old toilet paper roll in the toilet too. It was awful.
Old man issues. Come on.
Yeah, that's what it is. Definitely.
So CU says, "What up, Kaiju Kitty? What are the chances that the new Batman comes out on sites like AmiAmi, Genki, and do you think it'll be soon? Same for the Wolverine." So we've gone over this in the last couple streams. I wouldn't expect anything before the show. So somebody in the stream yesterday said that Luna Park had some of the listings, but they were going for 20,000 yen or even more than that a piece, which means that they were going to be buying them at the show and reselling them. We posted a screenshot of somebody's conversation with Hobby Genki saying that these are going to be very, very, very limited and they're not sure that they're going to get it. And then we have the wording from the press release from Metacom saying that anything that isn't sold, again, limited, anything that isn't sold will be sold on their Metacom online stores and in their physical stores. No mention that this is a pre-sale, an advance sale, an advance release. Nothing about, which they did for the Star Wars figures, nothing about a general release later, nothing. So it is very, very probable that these figures will only be available at the event. And if you can say, well, they made the Star Wars figures available afterwards, they did, but they had wording that kind of led you to think that that might happen. They have released 3 store exclusives: the Dark Knight Returns, Batman, Superman silhouettes, and the Webman. None of them have ever been made available to general retailers for a general release. Those are Metacom only. So they have done it, and it is quite possible that they're doing it again. So Rowdy's here. What's going on, Rowdy? Thank you. Been practicing saying Mafex for quite a while. Appreciate it. Kaiju Balls is always correcting me. So double kaiju. We got 6 kaijus here today. Rowdy, you got to change your name. Come on. Kaiju. You think we'll have a chance at that Batman exclusive? So again, we just answered your question. No, but I am going to be making. I'll try to get at least one for the group. And the Batman one, I'm going to do a pre-waffle before I have it in hand. And so when I go to this to the event, I'll get it, and then I'll mail it out to whoever won. The event's on Saturday. I'll mail it out on Monday. 6.1 ain't bad. I don't think we're talking about Cyclops, are we? The Watcher is here. What's going on? Metacom would make money hand over fist if they wide release that Wolverine. They absolutely would. Yeah. Family member within the manufacturing industry. So Ian and I both think, Ian mentioned it's katakana. So Japanese has 3 sort of alphabets. They have kanji, they have hiragana, and they have katakana. And katakana is for foreign words. So kanji is the Chinese style. Hiragana is uniquely Japanese for the Japanese language to simplify the pronunciation of old kanji. And then katakana is for Western words or the equivalent. Because this person has a katakana name, and we know how usually the hoarders for these are, they tend to be foreigners from a certain country that we won't say. We kind of believe that it is just somebody who's going out and grabbing all of them like they do for a lot of things here. Like we can point to, for example, the Switch 2. The Switch 2 in Japan, there was no English version made available. There was only a Japanese language version. Not a dual language, but a Japanese version only. And the reason for that was to prevent certain people from getting it and selling it overseas. And when we say overseas, specifically one particular market. So with it being Japanese only, you were kind of stopping that from happening. So companies here are very aware of what's going on. People, consumers here are very aware of what's going on. And it kind of sucks. It's very hard for collectors or people who just want things when you're fighting certain people who are grabbing things, not just for resale, but to send them out of the country. Not even for consumers here. It's very difficult. Do you agree, Ian?
Yep. It's very frustrating. It's like in every single market as well. It's like any kind of collecting. I used to be a sneaker collector, and I gave up just because it got so ridiculous here, where I'm waiting in a line of hundreds of people, and it's just families. You know these resellers from other countries just bringing in their grandmas and their kids and stuff, and it just got ridiculous. Then they had to change the whole thing, and they had to turn it into raffles. Then they had to turn everything on, put everything online, and just do these. It's just like a lucky dip. So it's kind of ruined a lot of the collecting markets. It's happening here with Topps cards, happening with clothes, and yeah, toys is a big one now. When I went into Miami to try and get the Storm Arena Ryu several weeks back, and they had it on the shop floor, and there was just all these, as I said, won't say where they're from, but groups of people asking the staff about these figures, and they'd just all been taken. They'd all been bought up immediately. So it's like you can't buy stuff to display it, to play with it, to collect it, because these people are just grabbing them, sending them overseas, or just knocking up the prices and ruining the hobby. It's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, they're not stealing them. They're buying them, but we all know what happens in Hong Kong with a certain company or a certain retailer that will send old ladies and old people and homeless people in line to get certain Hot Toys drops. That's
I mean,
sort of kind of happening here.
it's funny here. Like you'll go to like the anime like exhibitions. I went to one a couple of weeks ago with my daughters, and you walk around the exhibition. There's nobody. Like, and then you get to the end, and the gift store is just packed full of all these these foreign people, and they're just grabbing everything. They're just buying. They're just there for the gift shop. And at the end, they've got these posters, and they've got this sign saying like reselling is illegal. You cannot resell. And it's like, well, it's not necessarily illegal. Like they had these signs there to try and prevent people, but nobody cares, you know.
Yeah, it's illegal to resell. What are you talking about? I bought this house. I can never sell it. It's mine forever.
But the funny thing is that it works on the Japanese person. You tell a Japanese person, don't resell it, it's wrong. And they're like, oh, I won't do it. No way.
I won't do it.
That's honor. That's called honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's the right way.
I want to quickly interject here. And, you know, again, Al's theory is they're coming out with a 1.5 or a 2.0. What if, and the Watcher makes an excellent point here, what if they do a renewal version with chrome claws as a 1.5?
I'd be all over that.
That would be insane.
It'd be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice upgrade.
Good. Yeah.
That is a figure I've been after since I first started collecting again. So, yeah.
A Chrome Claw Wolverine?
No, the original. But Chrome Claw Wolverine would make me feel just fine about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Gudam. Yeah, the Hot Toys Superman, we all saw it. It looks awesome. Looks better than the movie.
Yeah, it really does. I see it was fitting nice.
Yep. How do we feel about the Jazz Inc. Batwing 112? Did he show it off? I know that he's talked about it. Has he shown it off?
I think he did actually.
Did he? Was it today?
Pretty big. That's what she did not say.
What was it, about 6.1 inches?
Yeah. Hey, whatever you do on Jazz Inc., though, don't always get the first batch. Always wait.
No, never get the first batch. Never.
The quality is never the same from first batch to third batch.
Yeah.
He's right about the stands for SHF. That's the one thing that drives me nuts with SHF is no stands, with a few rare exceptions. So yeah,
a few exceptions. Yeah.
I think like
when they sell stands, they've started to sell like separate stands, and they're really nice. Yeah. Like the Dragon Ball ones are great. Like you get like the actual Dragon Ball stands, like the balls, but you have to buy those stands separately. It's just like
those are the ones
they threw those in.
Yeah,
it's actually a Kickstarter.
Hold on.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah, it said it was a Kickstarter.
Dang, he's doing Kickstarters now.
Okay.
Kickstarter. What's the price?
Over
$1,000.
I don't even see a price on here. Yeah, there's no
so
price.
You can just donate whatever you want and be part of it.
Yeah, let me go to his homepage because this is like a.
He's got to be at least over 1,500. Because his 1/6 stuff is 1,500 or more, right? So I would say probably about 1,000.
Yeah. Just to address this, the Bloody Homelander was sold out, I thought, because Nin Games says coming soon when it's sold out. Yeah, we said that yesterday. Some will say coming soon, some will say in stock, and some will say sold out. It really just kind of depends. But nobody has reported that those figures have gone up on any of the kind of the bigger, more known and legitimate retailer sites. So
interesting note though, I just looked at Nin and Bloody Homelander actually has a price on it. All the others are 0, but that one still shows coming soon, but it does have a price.
What's the price on it?
It was $83.39, which I would gladly pay.
That's way below the retail though.
Yeah.
Like the retail is $97.
Yeah, I just
Nin Game. I don't know if I trust, because Nin Game they had the brown Wolverine the other day for like 60,000 yen. Which
Yeah, they sell old stock too. Yeah. But
Yeah,
no, they're a legit site. I've gotten some stuff from them.
No, they're legit.
Oh yeah.
You know, Big Bad is legit, but sometimes
Yeah.
their pricing is ridiculous and wacky. So
Yeah.
All over the place lately. It's kind of weird. Some things are priced pretty well, and some things are not. Like that InArt that came out today is ridiculous what they did. But
any chance that Mafex re-releases the Hush Superman under a different story arc? We're talking about just like the figure, the look of it. So the colors are more vibrant and less muted. Anything is possible. I don't know. But I think that look is very specific to that comic. So
yeah,
if you're looking maybe for maybe like a Jim Lee Superman, maybe. But
Didn't they they pretty much reused most of it for Cyborg though?
yeah. Kaiju Titty? Kaiju Titty is here?
Is that Laser Pants? Laser Pants is Kaiju Titty?
For some reason he wasn't banned. I don't get it. Al, you got to be better on that. Come on.
Yeah.
By general yet 27. So it's official. Mafex is the CT knockoff. Yes. Okay. You asked your coworker. Okay. Yeah. I mean, my name is Roboto. How do you write your name, Ian, in katakana?
it's hot. Yeah, hotto. So
But
yeah.
Ian, how do you
Almost.
Ian? Eon?
Ian?
Still. Hot dog?
Ian.
Yeah,
What the heck, man?
Roboto.
Hot dog. Hot doggity dog.
Someone mute him. So the Figuarts Superman is listed as 165. Okay, so yeah, so they're on the ball with that. Again, Figuarts has been having some issues recently with the factories and now the numbers on the height. So it's tough, man. They release a ton of stuff every month. It's hard to kind of keep up with all that. Is it a joke, the face? I wouldn't say it's a joke. I mean, it's not quite there, but it's good. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not, his eyes aren't crossed like that. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think so. I'd probably give it
They're
like
calling him
7.
They're calling him Shooter McGavin.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Once I saw someone post that, I couldn't unsee it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird expressions. But yeah, I'm with you. It's not a terrible sculpt, but it's another one of those Figuarts where it's just kind of like you don't know if it's good or if it's bad. It's just Figuarts.
Yeah. Yeah,
But when
bosses.
Figuarts do it good, they do it. It's amazing. It's just like I don't get why it's like both
It's
sides
back
of the
and forth.
spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like they're subcontracting certain figures, and then they have their A team for other ones. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Their Thor from Love and Thunder was the worst, man.
Their Thors up to
I've
a
seen it,
certain
yeah.
figure were just like anime goofy.
Yeah,
It looked like he looked like he'd been on a tanning bed for too long. Just like looked weird.
You can get both of those Love and Thunder figures for like what, $30, $20, right around there.
Yeah, they always go on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and say
What the next Wolverine would be. Yeah. I don't think you could do a Hulk reflection in those size claws. I don't think that's possible. I think it's too small. Now, if Hot Toys did that, that would be different. Because it's bigger. It's bigger canvas. Let's just quickly get through. All right, we'll just end it at that for those. Again, we have a lot on tap. I'm going to let Kaiju Kitty talk about these rather than me kind of get his opinion. Kaiju Kitty, do you want to lead the way? I'll just
well, what specifically are we going to talk about right now?
We're just going to get into kind of the newer stuff that's been announced over the last 2 weeks. So I have slides, and you can just give us your impressions.
All right.
So this is Hiya Toys.
Yeah, I have the regular version of this pre-ordered. We'll see it sometime in 2027.
Yeah. So for those people out there like the Collector, can you tell us a little bit about which Godzilla this is and so on?
That the 1980. You want to ask me?
No, I'm saying he's telling you. He's telling.
Oh, I'm listening.
Oh, I'm telling him. Okay, this is the 2001.
Tell the people. 2001.
This is the 2001 Godzilla from the movie GMK, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monster All Out Attack, where Godzilla represents the ghosts of those who were mistreated in World War II by Japan. And he is basically that vengeful spirit brought back to remind the Japanese people who have forgotten about all that because it's been so long. It's a whole different generation of people. This was a movie directed by, I'm gonna butcher his name, but Kaneko, wasn't it? Shinsuke?
I don't know the director's name.
He's the guy that directed all 3 90s Gamera movies. He directed Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, Advent Legion, and Revenge of Iris. This is a suit that was meant to make Godzilla look more like a sauropod, but the suit was so heavy that the actor could not actually physically do that without falling forward. So they said, okay, we'll just have him stand upright. And he was a design that was kind of made fun of for looking like a grumpy, beer-bellied old man. But I love it. I love this design. He looks menacing. He's reminiscent of how he looked in the 1964 film Mothra versus Godzilla and Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, but he's brought back to being a villain. And that's kind of where they turn this idea on its ear, where, Godzilla is now the villain and King Ghidorah is now a heroic character.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Right?
That's not normal. Usually it's the other way around. It's King Ghidorah teaming. King Ghidorah is the big bad, and Godzilla has to team up with other monsters because he's such a big bad. But in that one, it was Godzilla fights Baragon. Probably the best kaiju fight in the entire Millennium series of Godzilla films. And then he just stomps the hell out of Baragon. Then he fights Mothra for a little bit. Then King Ghidorah is awakened, and King Ghidorah is like about the same size as Godzilla instead of being something that towers over Godzilla. And yeah, they are the guardian monsters. They are there to protect the land from threats, and Godzilla poses a threat to the land.
Hollywood picked up later with the Titans kind of mystique.
Sort of. Godzilla is a guardian in the legendary film. Yeah. But he's also kind of just king of the monsters in the sense that he regulates the behaviors of all the other monsters. He basically tells everyone, all right, settle the fuck down. Chill. Calm your tits. That's his role. Until Kong awakens, and then he's just like, Kong's awake? What? Then he chooses violence every day.
So what's your take on the Hiya Toys iteration?
Well, I love the way that it looks. I'm not going to get this one because I don't really need beam effects. I'm just like, if I'm spending $100, I better get a beam effect. But I'm not supposed to be spending $100 on this. This is a $50 figure, theoretically. And I appreciate that this is out there, but I have the regular one pre-ordered. And I love the way that it looks. I definitely like that we have this as an option, since the Monster Arts figure is way out of my price range on the aftermarket.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks accurate. I've yet to have a Haya figure that I actively hate.
Yes.
Like even the first release of the 2021 Kong, I know people had issues with it, and I certainly had my own issues with it, but it was like, I still love this sculpt. I still love that this is a big, bulky figure that feels like it's worth the money I spent on it. And that's usually what you get with Haya. The only one that slightly disappointed me was my 2014 Godzilla figure, because I can't get him to do a T-pose.
The first one?
No, from the first Godzilla movie, yeah. The 2014 one that was released late last year, early this year.
What was the first one they released? I thought it was the 2014 version.
No, the first one they released was the 2021. And then they changed the sculpt when they re-released, when they released the 2019 one. So they made another version of the 2021 with that paint scheme, but it's based on the mold that they made for the 2019 film.
Okay.
Yeah. I have all four.
So one thing that we're not getting anymore with Monster Arts is the beam effect. That's something that they've sort of omitted for the last, what, 3 years, 4 years? They just stopped doing it?
I think more than 4 years. And
that long?
yeah, and they even released for San Diego Comic-Con an exclusive, which is the 89 Godzilla, with the spines painted like he is, shooting out his thermonuclear breath, but no beam effect. Why would you paint him up like he's charging up without having him actually expel that? That's dumb. That's dumb, and that's cheap. It's stinginess. I don't even call it laziness. It's straight up stinginess. We don't want to spend the money. F you, give us money.
So that's the thing. That's the thing with Haya. So, as Kaiju Kitty said, the Godzillas are normally about $50. Some of the other figures will vary, like King Ghidorah will be around 100 because it's bigger and there's more going on. But the Godzillas are $50, whereas when you're getting them from Monster Arts, you're looking at like double that.
Double that if it's new. Then if it's in the aftermarket, it's quadruple that.
Yeah, and the Monster Arts, you can articulate them better, but the pieces will come off. Like they're just very poorly kind of engineered to stay together.
I'm gonna have to contest that, because I had the 2019 Godzilla SH Monster Arts figure, and there's this thing with Tamashii Nations. Like there will be a couple QC issues, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, QC issues. That happens. But my QC issue was there was so much like extra paint and gunk, but then also plastic material on this arm on my 2019 Godzilla. I couldn't get his arm to move all the way back, so that way it looked natural when he had his head shooting all the way up and doing that pose from the movie. I could barely articulate the right shoulder. And then even with this guy, like I can get him to do a T-pose here, but he doesn't want to do it perfectly on this one. Actually, how the hell did you start to do? When did you learn to do that? That's new. You've never done that before. Thanks for proving me wrong. You're making me look like a fool, you son of a bitch. But I had a paint chip on his shoulder, like out the box, and it's like, what the hell? Like,
So you're not getting this?
No, I'm not going to get this because I have the regular one on pre-order, and I don't feel the need to double dip because what if I want to take pictures of him without the glowing spines? I'd rather have him not have the glowing spines and not have the beam effect, and then I could just use Photoshop to make his spines glow and to give him a breath effect.
Yeah.
But that's just me because I do photography. If you want him displayed on your shelf, then with the beam effect, then you could do no better.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Ryan, are you gonna get this one?
I got like 8 on pre-order. I don't know which ones I've ordered, but
You got them all on pre-order.
No, I don't have all of them. I have to limit myself on Godzilla. I'm gonna let the pawns go first. And Robert, you're a pawn, so I'm gonna let you tell me if it's crap or not. So, but the only thing I've noticed by Hiya Toys is they come out with like the base, and then they do a little bit improvements, and it's the same exact price, or a couple more, accessories. I'm just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I'm a newbie with Hiya, so I'm gonna let you guys figure this out first, and I'll check your reviews.
Where's Hiya come from? Is it coming out of China?
China.
So Hiya,
I'm surprised that you can get them so easily here. Like
you can't buy the Hiya Godzillas here, in stores or anything.
Not in stores. Okay.
In stores, you can't, because they don't have the license, because Tamashii has the license. Okay. So.
I was just looking on Amazon. It's like you can get them next day delivery. It's like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, the Hiya Toys Godzillas, I gave the first one to my son for his birthday because he loved Godzilla at the time. And it was the first one that came out. We had no idea what the quality would be like, but it was $50. So I took a gamble and I got it. Man, I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, I got to get one for me. This is so good. And then they improved on that. And, they're just continually improving. And now they're branching out into the different eras, whether it's Showa, Reiwa, whatever. When you hold a Hiya and you hold a Monster Arch, you can instantly know which one is the Hiya because it's got a lot more weight to it. I think it has a better, more imposing presence. I like the aesthetic more because there's less visible gaps in the joints. I just think Hiya's killing it. Now, I'm not knocking Monster Arts. What they do is great for like articulation and stuff. They do stuff that Hiya can't do. Hiya's tails are really good. I'll give them that. Recently, even better. But the Monster Arts, the price that's the hard part. The price is always really high, and you're working backwards for a lot. What was that?
Unreasonably high, I would say.
Yeah. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, but the market dictates what the license costs, right? So maybe that's a big factor with Tamashii. Maybe the Japanese license is very high because of it's Godzilla. So who knows?
There's loads on Amazon. What would be?
I'm sorry. What?
So which, if you were going to get one for the first time, which one would you recommend?
I think that depends on your taste. Like, I'm still waiting on the 91 Godzilla, which is a figure I've been holding my time for a figure that looks as good as the Hiya 91 Godzilla for that specific design, because that's probably my second favorite Godzilla design, and I'm very frustrated that due to certain circumstances going on, it's delayed, and the only way I can get it right now is I'm at the point where usually I'm a very patient person, but I'm at the point where I'm a very impatiently waiting for Big Bad to finally get those 91 Godzillas so I can get mine. I almost ordered from INS Hobby, and I almost spent $80. But that depends on your taste. Like, there's that 91 Godzilla on the market right now, if that's the version of Godzilla you like, or if you like the legendary version, which I do, I would recommend you get a Hiya either 2019 or even the 2014 Godzilla.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm just like, it seems like they're on Amazon, man. Like they're look
affordable.
Great.
They're great.
It's like next day delivery, good price. They got the 2014 here, for half the price.
Decent articulation,
which is crazy,
and really great sculpts, amazing sculpts. I almost got the supercharged version of Godzilla too, but I decided not to. Almost.
Okay. I've got them all. Unfortunately.
I've got the original 2021 sculpt. Then I have the 2019 sculpt. I have the 2024, the one that came out for New Empire. I didn't get Godzilla Evolved because I'm not really a fan of that design. Mostly because they slimmed him down, and I'm sorry, I need Godzilla to be chunky. Like, I work to slim myself down, but I don't want Godzilla slimmed down. I want Godzilla fucking like massive and chunky, just beefy.
So, what's your take on this Ghidorah?
This is another one where I have the regular version on pre-order, so I'm not going to get this because I'm going to wait for...
This is the 89, right?
Ghidorah. No, this is 91.
91, sorry. 91.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this looks great. I mean, if you want a King Ghidorah that looks like he got beat to hell by Godzilla, like, that looks amazing. I love the way that it looks. I almost wish that they would just release these figures completely with these extra appendages the first time, because I would have grabbed that. But
yeah, it looks awesome.
I mean, it does look awesome though.
And these are big. The Ghidorah is big. He's
they're
much,
huge.
Wider,
like,
higher. He's about a foot tall. 13 inches, I think.
You're spending $100 on him, but when you get him, like
you're know.
Like, oh yeah, I know why I spent $100 on this.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing. Like, people who don't collect the Godzillas and who've never had a Hiya Toys Godzilla, the value that you feel you got for that $50. I mean, Ryan, you can speak to it, right? Do you think you got good value on it?
Yeah, I would say so, but I don't have the other one, so I can't really base.
But just as a toy,
as a toy for $50, it's a lot better. I mean, that Godzilla is pretty sweet that I have. I mean, it took me 3 hours talking to you to figure out which one to buy. And I'm looking at the battle damage version here. I'm like, damn, I might need to cancel my pre-order that you told me to go with and grab this one instead. But I got, I like King Kong too, so I'm excited to see what their King Kong looks like. I almost jumped on a Hiya Toys King Kong. Was it Skull Island? And then I started looking at reviews and some reviewers, and I decided not to do it.
Yeah,
it was just too shiny.
Yeah. Now, Jason,
yes,
not tempted, not at all. Put a Godzilla and a King Ghidorah behind you on that shelf.
I've always enjoyed the movies. I haven't really collected them, but part of me has been kind of tempted. I'm actually trying to hunt down a good deal on the the Hiya Burning Godzilla.
Oh, you got that Kaiju Kitty, right?
No, I have the NECA Burning Godzilla.
The translucent one, you didn't get that?
The one from Hiya?
Yeah.
No. I because I already had the NECA. Like,
is the NECA one translucent?
Yeah. Let me get it down.
I didn't know that.
Ever since I saw you displaying that one, Robert, that's really caught my eye. So
yeah,
at some point, yes, I will be getting that. That's nice.
But that one, you can shine a light behind it and it goes through?
I could, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, this one's great.
I'm looking at Snake Mountain back there. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to point that
out. This is the Vega Constructs Snake Mountain.
Oh yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah.
They have the Castle Grayskull I've seen. Yeah.
I have the Castle Grayskull right here. I'm not going to pick it up because it might fall apart. I also have, because this is my preferred scale, for superheroes and army guys, I have the Vega Constructs Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here.
Nice.
And it's gonna fall apart. It's gonna fall apart. No, it's not. I'm gonna pick that up later. But I got this turtle van.
Van. Yeah. That's cool.
I have a bunch of Halo stuff up there too. In fact, right there, here. The
That looks nice.
Falcon
Oh,
Sweep.
nice. Yeah.
It's dusty. I have to fucking clean that.
So yeah, this looks awesome. This is about $100. You can get it on Big Bad Toy Store. I've got it pre-ordered, from a seller in China. I'm definitely getting it. Ian, you didn't grow up with any Godzilla movies, no?
I know. I watched them as a kid. Yeah, my dad used to put them on, but I like the character, but I wouldn't be able to kind of point out the individual movies. It's just something that you kind of put on in the background. I was never mad into Godzilla, but I had, Godzilla and King Kong toys as a kid. But yeah, I was pretty young back then, so it was more about just seeing a big, huge dinosaur on TV than actually appreciating the movies.
But yeah, the paint that they do, the paint apps are great. The sculpting is awesome. It's a great piece to add to any collection. And if you're collecting stuff, if you're collecting toys, not having at least one Godzilla, I think is a little bit criminal. Gotta have something. So this is the Monster Arts that was just announced. You wanna continue your lesson for us, Professor Kitty?
So this is the Showa era King Ghidorah, which is a lot like the 2019 version of King Ghidorah. It's an alien.
Is this Monster Zero or is he King Ghidorah?
It's all the same. King Ghidorah was
like this iteration. Was this when he was Monster Zero, or was he referred to as Ghidorah?
No, he's referred to as Ghidorah in this movie because this is the 1972 King Ghidorah. Okay. He's a little bit shorter, and than the suit that they used for the first couple of movies he was in.
Yeah.
He teamed up with Gigan in this iteration, and he fought alongside Gigan against Godzilla and Anguirus, where the two alien monsters, the space monsters, were meant to lure and drive Godzilla towards Godzilla Tower, which was controlled by aliens who were cockroaches wearing human corpses as suits. I love the 70s era of Godzilla movies. They're so weird. And the Godzilla Tower was just this 1-to-1 scale Godzilla shaped building that they made that had these lasers that would shoot out of its mouth that they tried to kill Godzilla with. Until those aliens were outsmarted by a bunch of ragtag kids led by a comic book artist. And they shot at boxes of dynamite hidden behind a mural, and then the tower blew up, and then you see these people slowly transform into cockroaches as they're dying in a fire. It's a wacky movie.
Very wacky movie. Are you getting this?
No, but I have his teammate.
Yeah, that was an amazing release with what you got.
I love this figure. It is so good. This is definitely out of all the Monster Arts figures that I have to say he moves the best. Except that you can't really the only thing I don't like is that they should have made these wings soft plastic. They made them articulate so you could put him in flight mode, but you can't articulate his neck to go up into flight mode.
Yeah.
So it's what was the point of that then? There is a bootleg of the King Ghidorah figure that was out years before they announced this. I do want to get that figure, but I don't know where to find a reliable source to get it.
Now the odds you can actually pull off this pose are pretty slim, would you say?
I would assume so, only because I know how their QC issues are.
Yeah, that's
And
what I mean.
this is like Tamashii Nations. Just again, they aggravate me. I'm holding myself back here because I don't want to get you in trouble. But it's like I get so pissed off when I get a Tamashii Nations figure and I can't articulate it the way that they advertise. But if these necks are anything like that 72 Godzilla's tail, then you probably could pull this off, because that tail, I've seen it perform magic. And I'm actually like, it's the best Monster Arts tail, like, so far.
This is what has become of my first Ghidorah. Like, he just, you know, the heads don't stay on, the wings don't stay on,
no,
the tail doesn't stay on, and if you can get them all on, he's just gonna topple over.
and they're always made out of such rigid plastic.
Yeah.
That it's like, I'm afraid to articulate these things half the time, because I think that they're just gonna snap and break on me. I don't get that feeling with a Haya toy at all.
Not at all. Not at all. I've got one. I got their first Ghidorah that released. I'm still waiting on the 91.
I have the
first one's
gold
awesome.
version of their first Ghidorah that they released, because
Mhm.
I did pre-order the original paint scheme one, but then when I saw that they announced that all gold version, I was like, that's the one I want. Ghidorah's got to be gold. Like,
So let me just give people a little bit of a comparison here. So this version is about $100,
mhm.
and this version is about 200 plus.
Actually, if you're in the States, this thing's
Oh.
going to be $300.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid. It is so stupid how much this fucking figure is. I'm so angry at it, because I know that the bootleg is a lot more reasonably priced. I don't know where to get it, and from I don't know any reliable site to get it. Oh, they're re-releasing this?
So they have a new subline of the Monster Arts. It's called the Movie Graphic Plus, and basically they're repackaging old figures. It seems, this is what it seems like, and they're adding that movie poster.
So
we
is
have
this like
two-
their equivalent of the Marvel Legends Maximum line? Is that what this is?
But
Am I gonna pay double for this fucking
really-
figure?
I really like their Shin Godzilla. I like
Oh no!
it.
Look, purple's my favorite color. I love Shin Godzilla. I would love to get this figure, but like I know I've heard so many complaints about the tail on this figure. So, I know, like, how much is this going to be? How much are they going to charge me extra for that fucking poster? Like, I'm sorry. I'm so mad at this thing right now.
I have one Shin Godzilla. I think it's the third version. I could be wrong. This is the fourth version.
Yeah.
So there's different stages to Shin Godzilla in the movie. But I think it looks good. And this is the I always mispronounce it. Biolante, am I right?
Biolante, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a rumor that Godzilla -1 sequel might involve Biolante. We'll see.
Yeah, who said that? Dangerville?
Well, I was hearing it here.
Oh,
I was
okay.
hearing it in Japan. Yeah. So are you getting this one?
No. I'm going to wait for my 91 Godzilla, and then if Haya does an 89, then maybe. I don't really know if I would need that if I have the 91, because I know that the 91 is slightly different than this suit, but it was mostly because they built it from this suit and they added things to it to make him look a little bit more massive. Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time justifying spending money on Monster Arts after, like, Haya will do. Like, once Haya said we're doing a Heisei Godzilla, I'm like, I'm not getting any Monster Arts Heisei stuff, like, at all then.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they give us a Biolante. Biolante is actually, like, my favorite. Godzilla versus Biolante is my favorite Godzilla versus
anyone.
Yeah, like, just all around, I think it's the best one out of all the movies that are labeled Godzilla versus blank.
Yeah, most people I think would agree. Yeah.
What's
So
the paint like on these comparing the two?
I think the paint, at least for the Shin Godzilla that I have, the paint is very good. I'm gonna guess that the paint on this purple one will be the same. The Haya Toys paint to me is very, very good. I've never really had paint issues with Godzillas. The issues I've always had, with Monster Arts is just, the things just coming off, the joints coming off. That's
or the joints not performing as they should.
Yeah,
that's the issue I usually have quite often.
Yeah. When I'm listening to you guys, I'm just
you're whistling again.
It's like scanners.
You got to learn sign language, my friend. So anyway, that will conclude our Godzilla showcase. Thank you, Kaiju Kitty, Professor Kitty, for giving us that education. But now we're going to move in again with Bandai with Tamashii Nations, the Solar Chogokin. This one, I needs it. This is the 40th anniversary, not quite, because this is part 3. But this is the train from Back to the Future 3. It's with the tracks. It's like, I think it's like 3 feet long.
Is it a 1/18 scale thing, or?
I don't know the scale. I'm not
it might
sure,
be like
but
1/24,
it comes
maybe.
with those creepy kids, and it comes with Einstein and what's her name, Clara, and Doc Brown, and now I need to get like a small die-cast DeLorean, like a little, Matchbox
Jada
car or
Toys.
Well, the Jada Toys is bigger though. I need it for like the scale on this. Jada's too big, isn't it?
Well, I don't even know what. Honestly, I'm not even sure what scale this is. I haven't really looked at the specs.
So you have the measurements up in the top. It's 48 centimeters long, the train, and then it's 56 in length with the, like I said, with the tracks. So it's quite big, and it's going to have sounds, and it's going to have lights. It's also going to have a very, very high price tag. So that's the only bad part, but I really want this. I saw Jason nodding. Kaiju Doggy, you're in on this?
I am so tempted. I'm still trying to talk myself into the Mach 5. But,
yeah, well, it's the same price.
It's the same price, but this seems to be a little bit bigger. God, that's awesome looking. I will probably end up talking myself into this one. It's just such a unique piece, and it's part of. I love these movies. These were amazing growing up, so it means something as well.
Yeah,
look at the detail inside the cabin too.
Looks great.
It really does. I'm very, very tempted on this one, but it is a high price tag on that thing.
Well, sometimes those Solar Chogokin prices go down if you can get them on Amazon Japan. Sometimes you'll get 20, 30, even 40% off.
Yeah, I had it on. I had the Mach 5 on Amazon US, and they canceled it, and it's just gone. You can't find it all anymore. But I have to check Amazon Japan.
The Solar Chogokin GX100, which was the Guy King in the big set, I got that day of it released, like right before New Year's, and I got it. It's amazing. It's so big, and I've always been like a Guy King fan. But that went down to like 50% off.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was like, man. Number one, I paid that much, and number two, should I get another one?
You're right. I'll tell you, the Mach 5 and this, if they were at 50% off, I'd purchase that for sure.
Well, they don't all go down. But they will decrease. So if you're buying it and you're pre-ordering it and you're getting like you're in on the regular price, you might regret that. However, that being said, like a lot of stuff, like the Voltrons, right? The Voltron Solar Chogokins would consistently sell out as soon as they were announced, years ago. So we don't know about this. We have no idea what the response is going to be to this. So You should probably get your pre-order in if you do want to get it.
Yeah.
Ian, what is your take on this? Not a Back to the Future guy?
Before his time.
I'm not the hugest Back to the Future guy. My dad didn't like Back to the Future, so he didn't let me watch it as a kid.
He didn't like it? What was he like?
Right.
Like Kristen Glover? He didn't like the message?
I don't know what it was. It was just like he didn't hate it, but it was just never a movie that we'd play as when I was a kid. So it was something that I kind of learned to appreciate later on. Back to the Future 3 was never really a biggie for me. So yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy I don't have to buy this thing. I mean, it's not going to fit anyway. So.
Well, maybe you'll get me in the Secret Santa and you can get me this. Kaiju Kitty, you a Back to the Future guy?
I like Back to the Future. I'm not such a diehard Back to the Future fan where I need to buy all kinds of merch though. Like, I mean, I was tempted to get the Lego DeLorean, but then I ultimately decided not to because I think it was not official and I couldn't really trust it on Amazon. And then I think there was an official release, but it wasn't quite in the scale that I wanted, and it was going to be like $300, and I'm like, no.
What scale would you want?
I would want it to be in a scale that I could fit one of these Mega Constructs figures that I have, but I don't know. Like, I think the Lego scale was going to be like practically 1/18 scale or bigger than that, and I'm like, nope, that's too big. Like, and I've already got Snake Mountain here and Gray Skull over there, and I'm trying to get a Technodrome, and that's just going to take up all the space.
We got to wait for Ace to make a 1/12 DeLorean. We got to wait for it.
Yeah,
right?
A 1/12 DeLorean.
1/12 DeLorean from Ramen Toys. That's what we need.
Yeah. I guess I would get that, and I could put Cobra Commander in it, and that'd be funny.
There you go. Now, Al, are you a Back to the Future guy?
Oh yeah, I am. But this, you know what? Again, just like Kaiju keeps talking about, just spacing. You got to pick and choose. So
yeah,
I've already said no to the Blitzway DeLoreans, the Hot Toys DeLoreans, just because spacing. But I do want that Lego DeLorean actually, and I know Jason has it. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, but if I were to pick something that's like a high-end collectible from Back to the Future vehicle wise, because I do have Doc and Marty from Hot Toys from Part 1. I would either do a Lego DeLorean. What's that?
How much was that?
Not too much actually. I think Marty was about 300. Doc Brown, I actually got on a pretty good sale with rewards. I think I got him for half the price. So he only probably cost me about 160.
Oh my gosh.
Kaiju Balls. You got a new name now? Kaiju No Mic.
I guess
mic
so.
working?
You guys tell me, is it working?
No.
Well, there's still a little bit of a whistle feedback, but it's manageable.
What's weird
like
is
he's talking through like a can and wire.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's on books. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. I gotta get a mic.
Are you on the laptop and a phone at the same time, or is it just the laptop?
No, I'm on my my work laptop. So who knows?
Maybe you should see a doctor.
Try muting it. Try muting the speaker and talking and see if it goes away.
All right, I'll try.
No, it's okay now. It's fine now, right? That's fine.
We'll start talking.
Hey guys, I'm talking on my computer. Is there a whistle out there?
It
works. It's way better.
Yeah,
it's way
it
better.
worked.
Yeah.
You need a new computer, man.
Or a headset.
This is a brand new computer, though.
Stop buying toys. Get a real computer that the city doesn't give you.
Some laptops you get a feedback loop like that if you have the speaker on at the same time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I need to get some headphones.
Or
I have
Bluetooth headset would do it.
Yeah, I
Yep.
might have to charge it.
Did I mention my tech support shirt?
Yeah.
I do know Mike. He's in on everything, so we don't even have to ask the question: is he in on this? He's
Well,
in on it.
I'm not getting this.
You're
I mean,
getting this.
no, I will
kidding
not
me?
get this.
Famous last words for all of us, right?
No, what I do want is a Godzilla to be big enough for my Lego City in my basement. I do need one of those. So, if you guys ever find a Godzilla that's humongous,
Yeah, you can get the old Mattel Shogun one.
Or you could get the NECA 24-inch long, 12-inch tall 2014 Godzilla.
How's it look?
I'll be right back.
Oh my god!
Well, that's way bigger.
I
It must
really
exist.
want-
If you go to like Mandareka here, they have Godzilla boxes which are huge, and I don't know
Yeah,
what's
but
in
those
them.
are statues, and those are expensive.
Oh, are they?
Ryan,
Yeah.
you just got to look up like a custom Lego Godzilla on one of those builder sites and just buy all the parts to make one.
Well, Lego's
Yeah.
coming out with the Godzilla, but it's way too small.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that's it. It's not going to be big enough.
Nah.
Yeah.
So, by the way,
But you could buy
thank
3
you.
sets of that,
Thank you,
mash them
Sneaky.
together.
Thank
It
you
would
very
work.
much.
Yeah.
Sneaky, who
Oh,
became
yep,
a member? Can you read it off?
Yeah, let me go back real quick.
Okay.
We got
Oh, I like that.
we got Cal, Beeman, Chris Allen, Big B's Corner, and Scott Hughes.
Oh, that's really
They're
nice.
all new members.
Oh, that is nice.
Welcome, guys. That's really nice. What was the retail on that?
This was $50 at MSRP.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Wow.
What is
Yeah,
it
he's
now?
about-
though?
Well, depending on if you could find him mint in box, he could be anywhere between $150 to $200.
Huh.
Some idiots on eBay, however, have this tail broken off. Like it'll like be broken off right about here, and they'll still be like $80, and it's like, fuck you! I'm not spending $80 on a
Family
broken
show, Kai,
fucking
you
toy.
kid. Family
The
show.
battle damage Godzilla. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah. He was supposed to make sounds. I was supposed to be able to push this and he would roar, but NECA sucks. And they decided to put the sound chip right here somewhere. So when you attach the tail, you're at risk of breaking the chip. Or if you have this delivered to you through UPS, like they did with every single one of them, the UPS carrier might not care and just plop it on the ground in front of your house, and that breaks the chip. So he's not, even if I were going to sell this guy, I would not be like $80. I'd keep it retail. I'd be like, no, $50.
Yeah.
These things should just be $50. They should only be sold for $50, even if it's in the aftermarket. And that's
Yeah.
my take on it.
I need to,
The
I need to
tail-
get one.
I had no idea that
Articulates
was even a
wonderfully.
thing. I didn't know about that NECA.
Oh, I ordered this the year it was out, which was 2014. I was like, pre-order it now. I need this figure. I was like, I could only get one Godzilla figure based, like one Godzilla piece of merchandise for this movie. Which is it going to be? Are you going to get like a Monster Arts? No. Are you going to get like all the little Bandai figures? No. But then when I saw that NECA was doing this, I was just like, this is the one I want. I want the biggest friggin' Godzilla I can get.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect, Ryan. You got to get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is perfect because I had the same idea. I had a whole like Lego world that I was building, and I was like, this guy scales like, okay, here's my little custom Deadpool
Hold
next to
on. All right.
little custom Mega Constructs
Yeah, that's
Deadpool,
great.
which is a little bit
Huh.
taller than a Lego person
Yeah.
with
Oh,
this
that's pretty good.
massive fucking like it's
Language.
Yeah. And what's the exact name for that Godzilla? NECA.
NECA
Wait, it's on
24 inch
Amazon. There's
long.
one left. You got to get it. Amazon.com.
Hey,
$85. One left.
$85. Is the tail broken or
Send
what?
me the link. Send me the link in the chat.
Oh,
That's brand new. It's new.
Send me
Well,
the
I'm
link
checking
in the
right
chat.
now.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Zero. Yes. Someone or some of us have that Storm Arena stuff. I think it'll be making its way into our 6 figures a month, so just stay tuned. The Shin Godzilla is going to be around 200 to 300. I don't know what it's going to cost outside Japan, but in Japan, I think it was like 17,000 yen. I think, and I think that's maybe like 110, 100, and somewhere between 110, $120, maybe.
Okay, so it's going to come over here for $200.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, you guys have a Tamashii Nations there, so it's not like it's the web exclusive.
But they retailers will find any way to mess with us.
Yeah.
I'll go wash my mouth out with soap later, I promise.
Yeah, when's that Mezco Godzilla gonna drop? And the 3-0 Godzilla?
The Mezco Godzilla?
Mezco kind of talked about having a Godzilla. When are they gonna do
Didn't
that?
Didn't they already do that 18-inch tall Godzilla?
Did they?
Dang, Ryan,
sure
you
they
didn't know
did.
about it? Ryan's holding down the Mezco Godzillas.
No,
Yeah,
it's like
I didn't think
500.
they
It's like $500 though.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
3-0's got one coming out, and I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah, it's a Mezco. It's a $500 figure. It lights up. It's semi-articulated. It's not as articulated as the 2014 NECA Godzilla, but I mean, it looks nice, but that's like way too much money for me.
Yeah.
Like,
So let me just address this. Rustic Island, the Cyclops goes up July 1st, which is today here in Japan, and it goes up at 4 p.m., which is always the time that they put those up. That'll be 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the States. The Cyclops is going to be 15.5 centimeters, so just half a centimeter smaller than the normal standard Mafex Marvel Legends height. So I kind of broke that news a week ago, and I was able to eavesdrop and find out that Tamashii is going to make that official either maybe like Friday this week or next week. So scale height won't be an issue with that at all. Don't worry about it.
I just KJ Smith is saying that Mezco's doing a 112 Godzilla, so it's gonna be it's gonna be like 13 to 23 inches tall.
I think he's busting
Like,
our balls.
I mean, 23 feet tall. Like, a 112 Godzilla. I hear guys talk about that all the time. Guys who collect 112. I want to see what a 112 Godzilla. It'll be the size of your garage.
Yeah.
I was saying it's gonna be
Like-
about like 2 stories tall, maybe.
Yeah, you know.
So speaking of Tamashii
Great.
drops, this one is going to drop. What do we think about this?
Yeah, I think we kind of mentioned earlier. Sculpt's kind of he looks like Shooter McGavin. Once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it.
Now that you said
But-
that, I can't see.
Especially in these photos right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't give him at least one like smiling sculpt. You know, especially if they're going for the lighter tone Superman.
Nobody gives Superman a smiling sculpt anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you know what? I mean, I'm sure, Flashpoint, Manipul Studios is going to be doing, their head sculpt, so that's always an option.
So the cape looks wired on the sides and the bottom,
Hmm.
which looks good. I
He
think
does look
the
like Christopher
body looks
McDonald.
pretty good. He doesn't have the Cyclops G-string.
Yeah, that's good. He kind of has like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine style joints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it.
I
I
mean-
mean,
Yeah, I think
not every figure's
we're-
perfect.
and who knows if we're gonna get more one actual true 112 scale Superman figures because we don't know what's going on with Mattel and what scale they're going to be doing. Mafex, if they decide to do one,
when they
will
get
probably
to
be
it.
about 3 years from now.
3-4 years.
So this might be, the only 1/12 Superman we get in a while. So,
Well, I mean,
yeah, movie wise for the movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, movie wise.
Yeah, movie wise.
Yeah, is KJ a member? He doesn't pay his bills, man. Guy, he's suspect.
You should have seen he spent all his money doing the new highly imposable intro today. Apparently, KJ's a beatboxer too. Yeah, he spent all his money on producing that show or the intro. Yeah. So sorry, KJ. Yeah. We'll get you a member next month.
Kaiju?
I am not a statue person, so no. I did not have any of the. No, I don't collect statues.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't mess with the Defareal Godzilla figures. They look cool. I like drawing chibis sometimes, but which is what Super Deformed is. It's just Yeah, I mean that looks cool. I'm limited on space and yeah.
That's
why. Turn your speaker off.
Wow. Holy, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
He looks scarier than the actual real Godzilla.
Yeah.
I can't remember where they did it, but there was a Saturday morning sort of claymation thing they did that looked kind of like that.
Godzilla?
I can't remember what it's from. This is a long time ago, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, so who's in on this Superman? Who's going to grab it? I am.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Jason's a yeah?
I'd say I'd wait on it, but I'm going to get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're saying, Mafex, 3, 4, 5 years from now, if at all?
Yeah, we'll be waiting.
I'm going to pass on this.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, this is trash.
He's gonna hit me up. He's gonna hit me up after it drops. Kaiju Kitty, you're a no, right?
I'm a no.
Yeah. No. And Ian?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll guess we'll get to see it in the store. So once I see it
we'll
in
see
person.
It in the store I would say next week.
I'm just worried about the head sculpt. It's not terrible, man, but I just don't like. Do you know the skin colors that they sometimes use? Like his face looks darker. It's like a different color than the rest of the hands and the neck. It looks like he's orange, like that orange face. Like I wish they.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wish they'd kind of perfect those head sculpts. But again, it could be the photos. You never know. I mean.
Could be the lighting.
I was crapping on the Han Solo Hot Toys, and now the in-hand ones just look amazing. So you never know. Like, it's good just to see.
Well, this guy's going to suffer from the fact that Hot Toys is putting their photos out right now as well. And people are going to look at them both. I mean, at different scales and such, but people are going to look at them and say, hey, wait a minute. But,
there's no crypto. That just makes no sense to me. Where's crypto?
Yeah, that's actually
like the McFarlane came with the crypto, and like the McFarlane head sculpt looks good. The Hot Toys comes with the crypto as well. I mean, like Figuarts aren't going to release a separate crypto, are they? Unless they're going to have another character and just have a crypto thrown in there. Maybe if there's a Supergirl appearance, and because crypto's Supergirl's dog. So I mean. They might do that at a later date. They might know something that we don't know, but there should be a crypto, man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
There really should be. It is
all right.
It might be the lighting, but the skin looks almost a little waxy.
Yeah, I mean that's again with the Figuarts, it's like sometimes you get that waxy / like not really detailed sculpt. And then you have banners, that they also release.
All right, guys. We got the Wukong. Amazing looking figure. Absolutely amazing. This is on the Gundamn website if anybody's looking for it. Gundamn is as good a place to get it as any. There's two versions. There is a regular and a deluxe. The deluxe comes with what? The extra head and extra effects. Say again, Jason?
Yeah, like
I think it's the staff spinning effect too that it has.
Yeah, the effects.
Oh.
So who's going to buy a regular version when you don't get the monkey head?
Well, it's the same thing with the Dark Knight. Who would buy it without the head sculpt?
Yeah. But I mean, like, for example, the Dark Knight, many people would display it with the cowl on, whereas Wukong, like, I don't know if you want to cover his face. Like, it's kind of strange.
So who is in on this?
I already pre-ordered, so I am definitely.
I guess that means you.
I went with DC Toys box. I always get that name wrong. DC Toys box also has it.
I mean, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
Ian, you're in on this, right?
100%. Yeah. There's no way
on the deluxe.
Deluxe for sure, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1/6 stuff that they've got coming out, I've seen some like in-hand shots of that, and the detail on those look great. But I like this outfit. I like the cloth goods coming across, like the patterns on it and stuff. Like, it's just a beautiful looking figure. I mean, if this does get out this year, is it dropping this year?
I was just going to ask that question. Do we know when it's dropping?
I thought it was supposed to be this year.
Hopefully by the end of the year.
Fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, yeah.
Fourth quarter.
So, Kaiju Kitty, does this tempt you?
Sorry, I'm just cleaning up a disaster here.
No.
No.
Not at all?
Not my scale. How much is it again?
118.
$118?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm
Hey, he's strong. He's the anti Ryan, that's for sure.
Yeah. Ryan,
I actually am good about not
him.
Huh?
I was saying Ryan needs to hang around with you so he's not enabled to buy stuff all the time.
Well,
yeah,
why is this guy $126 or something on BBTS? That's insane.
Well, because
BBTS does that all the time.
But
yeah.
I thought you guys were talking about this thing would be like $60, and I don't know.
Well,
man.
they kind of tricked us with the Dark Knight, man. They kind of spoiled us with that. It's like they dropped the Dark Knight, and then we pay like $50-$60 at the event, and then now anything that's that size is now double the price. It was a bit of a crafty one, I think, but
yeah, I have to start thinking about like things down the line. I mean, I got 30 plus Hot Toys. I got vehicles I want. You know, we're talking about 6 figures tonight. I probably got 60 plus figures last month. So
60.
Somehow he's gonna have 60 slides.
He's gonna have 60 on his slide.
He's got more than that. More than that for sure.
We're laughing, but that's happening.
Yeah. Well, I don't have slides for 6 figures. I just grab.
All right, let me say this then. Let me say you have 6 figures. It's not 7 figures a month. It's not 10 figures a month. You get 6 figures.
Well, I got one.
If you start throwing in multiples, I'm removing
but there's
you.
figures that
I'm jumping out. I'm jumping out because I gotta go. But like Ryan can take my 6, so let him have 12.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Now you just
what time you leaving?
I gotta go. I'm gonna go now, man. I gotta have to.
All right, quickly show us your top 2 or 3.
I don't have anything ready.
You son of a gun! What are you talking about?
I told you I wasn't gonna do it. I said that.
I thought you were joking.
Everything's in boxes. The only thing that I haven't got in the box is this, which is right in front of me.
All right.
The
There you
Todoroki
go.
Figuarts.
Hold on.
I think that's the only one I got that's not in a box.
That one came out like what, 2 weeks ago, right? About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This
Nice.
just shows you what you can do. Figuarts are incredible, man. Like these effects, there's about freaking 8 of these effects that you got. Like this comes off, you can have different head sculpts. It's got 4 different faces. It's got 2 different hair pieces. You know, it's proper sturdy, great looking figure. And man, like Mafex, we buy Mafex for 15,000 yen for like 50% more than these, and it doesn't come with like half the stuff. So yeah, that's the only one I have at hand. Maybe. Yeah, that's it.
No new
Top one.
Ahsoka this month?
Was this month? I don't remember. Was that this
I
month?
think so.
I think it was.
Okay. Well, that
At least for you,
well,
yeah.
if that's this month, that's my number one. I haven't got it posed up or any accessories just yet because I've been busy. That's my number one. The head sculpt on this is just really good. The detailing's great. Like it's got lots of cool little pieces. You got the lightsabers. The base is beautiful. Just like the little things at the back, like there's the little.
Why are you showing us
kind
our
of-
bum?
I mean, you don't even get to see these things, but they're. I mean, just the detailing is really cool.
Take it off. Let Ryan see. All right.
Yeah, that's
All
probably
right,
my
you got to
number one.
bounce?
I'm out of here.
Take
All
care,
right.
man.
Work
Yeah,
time.
man.
See you later,
catch
man.
you later.
Catch you later, man.
Good riddance. That's all I have to say.
He
All
heard
right.
about my slides and said I gotta bounce.
Yeah, here it slides. Top 6. I gotta go. All right. So Ryan, how many of these are you getting?
I'm not get. I don't know, man. I'm maybe one, but I don't know. I don't want to go deep in this line.
You don't want to go
I just-
deep. That's
Man,
not what she
InArt-
said.
Yeah.
What Ryan's failing to mention to us is he's already pre-ordered all the other Wukongs that are coming out from other manufacturers like Fury Toys.
Well, I'm not. Well, I might be the guy from China buying all those ground suit Wolverines. You guys just don't know. Yeah, that word, man. Can you hook me up?
All right. So let me say this. Ryan, are you done with your slides?
Dude, I am done with my slides, and hopefully I remember everything. So I don't have a lot of information, but I do have some slides.
Are they all
so-
on one? Are they all on one slide?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't even share it. Let me.
You know what? Let's do the HasLab stuff.
I got HasLab first.
All right, we'll do the HasLab, and then we'll
Yeah.
save the other stuff for the member stream.
Valverse? Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Hold on one
All right.
second. I gotta delete something.
Now, Kaiju Kitty, you are not a collector of G.I. Joe because you said you got Cobra Commander.
I have Cobra Commander, and that's it. I like Cobra Commander. If they ever
Oh,
do
yeah.
a hooded Cobra Commander, which is never going to happen, I'll get that. But I have one out. Well, it's a retro carded Cobra Commander, so I have one displayed with all my other like rare 112 figures that I don't normally collect, and then I have one on card that I keep on the wall. I was totally out. I was totally out of 112 until Laser Pants started showing off all the Jada Toy Street Fighter figures that he was getting. And I was like, oh, I love Street Fighter so much. Then the price point I found out was $25. And I was just like, all right, I'm back in for that at least. And then I was thinking, oh, okay, if they do really cool Marvel vs. Capcom figures from Marvel Legends, then I might make a Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. Then they announced it, and I said, okay, cool. And then I saw that blue Venom, and I was like, that looks terrible. And Venom for me was, I wanted him to be blue because he's blue in the game. So I was like, yes, I want a crazy looking blue Venom with the green spit. But then I saw what it looks like, and it's like, that's the wrong sculpt. That's 100% the wrong sculpt. You can't even get him in the fight pose that he was in the game. He doesn't look massive enough. He doesn't look monstrous enough. He just looks like animated series Venom repainted blue. I hate that. So I've totally scrapped which is the only reason why I got the CT Toys Wolverine, because it's smaller. So I was like, yeah, the smaller the Wolverine, the better, because he's supposed to be tiny. But no, and now it was all depending on that. Now I'm not going to have a Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. I'm just going to hope someday somebody finally makes a proper 1/12 scale Mortal Kombat line, and then I'll have a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter shelf. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not really holding my breath on it. I'm focusing on my Godzilla stuff now.
There you go.
A man with a plan, unlike most of us here.
Okay,
Hey, if you get me at a record store, though, I might start spending irresponsibly.
Nice, nice.
All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna present my screen. So, hold on, because it's not gonna work. Okay, you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go. So, Yo Joe June. Okay, so Yo Joe June. What the heck? You guys see American flag?
Hold on. You got two up, so I'll remove that one and I'll put the other one in. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's take a look at the history of. So there's 5 HasLabs for G.I. Joe. So the first one was the Sky Striker. So wrong scale. So the 1/18 scale Sky Striker did get funded, but not what we wanted, right? So we want the 1/12 scale HasLab. The first one was the His Tank, funded instantly, correct? So I think that was what, $299. We'll get in prices a little bit later. The second 1/12 one was Dragonfly, fully funded. The next one that we had was the Rattler, and that hopefully that's coming soon. I think Al's the only one of us that has it, right, Al? So you have that,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So everybody in California seems like they got theirs first. And then today the big announcement was that we are going to get the Snowcat. So is the new HasLab, and the Snowcat. Basically, we knew that was coming for the last month. They gave all these little hints, chilly outside, snow, and then on the last stream that they actually had last week, they were talking about cats. So it's pretty obvious that we're going to get a Snowcat. And this thing goes to the next one. So this is what we're going to get in the base offering. So we're going to go a little bit detailed for $324.99. So again, it comes with one figure, bunch of missiles. We get Frostbite. He's the driver of the Snowcat. Lengthwise, it's pretty massive. It's 21 inches long. I think out of the vehicles, it's the longest. It's not longer than the Rattler or the Dragonfly, but compared to the Hiss, it's a lot larger. And of course, the Vamp and the Stinger. To meet the needs, it needs to be 8,000 orders needed by August 14th, which will probably get, hopefully this would get funded. I was thinking a day, 24 hours. So right now, if you see my screen, we're at, what is it, 4,843. So it did slow down a little bit. And again, we get one figure in the base offering, Farley, Frostbite. It's kind of cool that you see all the little attention to details they did. So they have functional wheels, treads, and suspension. The only thing I don't like is the rims. The rims and the hubcaps look terrible. So they did mention in the stream that they're going to start, they're going to keep adding on to it and make it even better. It blew my mind that they had all this time and it wasn't really all the way done. Seemed like it was maybe some changes. And they have suspension in the back on the treads, which is kind of cool. Like you're going up the hill. They do have it's opening up like the Dragonfly did. And I know I had a problem with the canopy when I opened it up on the Dragonfly. So hopefully they improved those pieces and they won't crack like they did on some people's. Light up dashboard, of course, different functionings of the LEDs. I think it was about 5 or 6 modes with the lights. You also have detachable control yokes, so you can get your figures in. It can be adjustable and be taken out. And this is just showing that the different light functions. So the headlights are on there. And then, of course, the tail lights also work. You have the rotating missile turret, which is you would think it would be a must at that price. So it does rotate and it also tilts. You also get the blast effects, which is, mandatory on these type of projects. And these are the missiles. And then you also see the word Shockwave. So hopefully we get Shockwave coming out soon, at retail. And then you also have these cargo containers that can be adjusted and actually lower down. And inside they have the ski missiles, which can also be used on figures too. So on the skis, you can also see those pegs on those. And then they can also be turned into a personal carrier. So you can rotate the turret, remove it, and it holds up to 4 figures. You also have cargo storage. You can store all your accessories in there. And it also has a removable engine cover panel. So a little bit of detail there. And then also has a drop-down tailgate. And it also has a hinge and a toe. And it says, I brake for penguins. I didn't even notice that until now. And then, again, a little adjustable ladder. You can also put stickers on it, decals, and to make it look like there's snow. Yeah. So I might have to get 2. And then for some reason they're obsessed about this kitchenette and cooking. So they have a pull-out kitchenette. Like you're going to go to battle and you're going to, all of a sudden you're going to have to eat in the middle of a battle. So that is your base offering. So we're going to move into the tiers next. So tier 1 unlock, and this is kind of where I think they kind of dropped the ball. So tier 1 unlock, 10,000 orders. You'll get the Lady J figure. So this is what she looks like. Hopefully a lot better articulation and not any QC issues. The first Lady J they came out with was terrible. And that was one of my first G.I. Joe 112s I got. And I have 2 of them because the first one I had, the hips were awful. And she wouldn't even stand up. She, of course, gets a little coffee mug, which they're obsessed with these cups. Like the HasLab Cantina had how many cups? That was insane. So now G.I. Joe's. Yeah, so G.I. Joe's on board with the whole, you need to have a coffee cup, just like Lego, right? Tier 2 unlock, 12,000 orders needed. You'll get this battle station, and literally looks like the old play sets, but I'm not kidding you guys. I bought a gridiron set, and this is exactly what it came with. Maybe 1 or 2 things missing, and that was about $100 through gridiron. So let's say this costs, if this was at retail, it'd be at least $50-$60. So you got to figure that into the $325 price tag they have, because their HasLab they're figuring in if everything gets funded. Tier 3 unlock is the Flint figure for 14,000 orders, and I'm guessing this will be 20,000 plus easily. And there's your Flint, and it comes with I'm guessing this is hot dogs or sausages. The second one looks kind of half eaten there, but yeah, there's a pan with the eggs. Again, it's all about cooking. So him and Lady J can be hanging out, having good old times at the campgrounds. So it looks good. So all this, I would surely think this would be funded pretty quickly. All the tiers too, $324. And a lot of people are complaining about price, but if you take a look at it, the hiss was $299, and it came with 4 figures, missile racks, canopy, treads, and they had interchangeable canopies and interchangeable treads. So again, that was how many years ago? I can't recall.
No
4
cups,
years
though.
ago?
No cups.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
cops.
no
And
cups,
No
you
patches
did
in this
get
one.
no
yeah,
patches.
no patches, but you got a lot of unique figures. And they're pretty nice, but they're just true builders. And then the Rattler last year was $325. So same exact price with 3 figures and patches. And of course, the Rattler is a lot longer. And the Snowcat here, just compare with the Dragonfly was very, very long. So that was $275 with 4 figures. I don't think people understand how great of a deal that Dragonfly was. And I think it came out at a time where they were scared things weren't getting funded, right? So was the Ghost Rider HasLab that same year? And they had a couple other things I don't think got funded. Super 7 might have had a Kickstarter type of a project they get funded. So Dragonfly was kind of, that price was, I think, a benefit because of the economy and things weren't getting funded. So they dropped that down to $275, and that was a heck of a deal. Snowcat being at $325, you get 3 figures and 1 play set. So again, that play set you could figure that's more than at least $50 if it was at retail. So again, those are just all the prices. So $325, you're paying the same that you paid last year. And last year you got 3 figures, just like this year. Instead of patches, you get a little, campground playset. So to me, it's reasonable. It's nothing outstanding, way more. I mean, the Hiss tank, they showed a picture here. So the Hiss tank, look at that. That's a lot smaller, a lot shorter than the Snowcat. And for some reason, they decided to put the Stinger there, which is, I don't know why they did that. But heck, those Stingers at $60, $70, a heck of a deal. So I know Robert's got, 5 or 6 of those, right? So better be jumping on those. Oh, that's for the member stream. So that's it. So
All right.
let me stop sharing this. So who's gonna get one, or who?
I'm getting
got
one. I'm getting one.
Yeah.
I'd like to get more, but I'm only getting one. I think the tiers look awesome. Those figures look awesome. The accessories they come with are awesome. I think it realistically should be $25 cheaper.
Yeah.
I
But
think
who
it should
are
be
you?
$299.
The thing I'm the tiers, they're not bad figures, but I'm like, man, they could have came out with those just at retail. But who's gonna sit in the back? You need to have at least 4 figures. So it would have been cool if they had some troop builders that you could have
We
got.
got the
Like
the
a Winter
barbecue
Snake
pit.
Eyes would have been cool, I think, too.
So
What
now
did you
for the
say, Al?
snow, we're gonna have Arctic Snake Eyes. We're gonna have Snow Job. We're gonna have, and then these 3 figures.
3
Yeah.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
What they needed was they needed to have Quick Kick with the jacket, but he's still barefoot in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a snow job. I'll just pop off the head. I just realized I had another one. So
Yeah, I got 2 too.
yeah. I think I got
I like
4.
Kaiju Kitty is a no, correct?
That's an absolutely no. I don't do HasLabs.
Absolutely. What if it came with a Godzilla sticker on the side of that?
Yeah.
That
Godzilla or
I don't know, maybe. I mean, is it exclusive, or are they just gonna print whatever JPEG they see on Google?
Actually, here's a legit question. Takara Tomy and I guess Hasbro, they released the Dinobot that's Godzilla, the Grimlock.
I believe that's actually a Grimlock.
It was a Grimlock, yeah. So
Yeah.
Did you get that? No?
No. And it's not that I'm not entirely a Transformers person, but I'm not entirely anti-Transformers. I have my core class figures. I like those for the G1 characters because it's just keep it simple. Even though I'm not a big fan of the G1 show, it moves at breakneck speed, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And Optimus Prime is kind of like John Wayne, and I'm more of a Clint Eastwood, and So, but I do have the Dinobot from Beast Wars in the premium finish line, along with Tarantulas. I anytime I can get Season 1 Beast Wars characters specifically, I'll get them because that was my jam. I loved Beast Wars a lot more than G1 or G2
The
Transformers.
Dinobot being Megatron?
No,
No, Dinobot.
Dinobot was a raptor, and he defected
raptor, okay.
from the Predacons to the Maximals
Okay.
because Megatron was insane and dumb.
Yeah.
And Megatron was the purple Tyrannosaurus on that show.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this moving because we're already way behind. So we'll start off with, you guys got your slides ready?
I don't have slides, so I can go first just because of that Google slide issue I was
All right,
having.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
I could. Do you want me to just do all of mine now, or I could just do one?
No, you can do them
like
all.
my
We'll
six.
just have everybody do them all. That's okay.
Okay. So, sorry guys, no slides for me this time, but
So I'm gonna expand on you.
okay. So number 6, it's actually kind of like a combo pickup. I mean, it's kind of a slight rind, but I did get those custom Spider-Man for rule head sculpts in earlier this month, so I got about 5 of them. So you can see I got my Mafex
That
185.
looks good, man.
I want to say this is an Eric Larson inspired head sculpt, but yeah, it really makes it like pop out a little bit more. I do have also a McFarlane style symbiote sculpt.
Nice.
Yep, and then I got a Toby sculpt. It's more accurate to like Amazing Spider-Man 2, but the detailing on the sculpt is a lot better than the Mafex one. Like the detailing on the eyes, like how they painted it, awesome. I also got one for the Bully McGuire as well. And the last one I got for Rule is a real McFarlane head sculpt for the Maximum Spider-Man.
Nice.
That looks good.
Yeah, it really made the figure much better and a true McFarlane style Spider-Man. And that's so that was 6. 5, I got the Figuarts Frodo and Gollum.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of it?
I actually think it's really, really good. I know we kind of get flack on Figuarts for like their soft goods, but this cape with the hood is awesome. I think the painting on the hair is a little bit too light. They kind of made really gold highlights, but overall, I think this is a great figure. Even has the one ring in his hand right there.
Yeah.
The Golem's more of like just almost like a statue. He's somewhat articulated with the head and the arms, but not too much from this guy. But yeah, this is awesome. I should be having Aragorn on the way for next month too. So I'm just really stoked that we're getting some Lord of the Rings figures in like true 1/12 scale. So yeah, we'll see how that Aragorn comes out. Next up, about that recovery suit,
Nice.
Superman. Yeah, this is the OG black suit Superman to me with the mullet, just pure 90s. I want to try this head sculpt on the Hush Superman because I've seen people do it and it comes out good. But yeah, just got this and pretty cool. Next up, let's see. I did pick up that Figuarts Wolverine.
Okay.
The movie version. It was on sale on Amazon for a really good price, and I was already liking because I got one for my cousin for his birthday. Now this is what I think what Figuarts need to do with their movie lines. Like this is a really good figure. Smashes that Marvel Legends version. The only downside is there's no Hugh Jackman sculpt, and it doesn't have the bare arms, but my nipple's working on some mods for that, so I'm definitely gonna pick it up for this guy. But yeah, overall this is a great figure. And then next we have the Yuri Deadpool reissue. He doesn't come with guns, guys, but I gave him some Valaverse guns that just kind of worked perfectly for him. But yeah, I mean, this is the Deadpool we were all waiting for Mafex to reissue, and we all thought that they wouldn't do it just because of the artist licensing issues. But yeah, he's here. He's great, and he's still easy to get. So there's that one. And I'd say my last one, and this is going to be my number one and probably my number one figure of the year so far.
Yeah.
The Muff Toys Kryptonite Seeker, aka Nightmare Batman. Yeah, this figure, guys, I wouldn't sleep on this. This thing literally looks like a shrunken down Hot Toys. I know people say like Mezco's kind of like the 112 version of Hot Toys. No, this is it right here. Crazy detailing. I do have a Hot Toys Batfleck, not the Nightmare one, but the tactical suit. And yeah, the detailing on both of them almost identical when it comes to like the Ben Affleck sculpts. But yeah, those are my 6 pickups for the month.
Awesome. Thank you. Very nice. Jason, you want to go next?
Sure.
Do you want to me to show your slides or?
Yeah, I did slides, but I did slides and pictures. They were a little rushed because I was out of town. So,
yeah.
But I like doing them. So number one, I got Amazing Yamaguchi, the Joker 1.5.
Can you expand your slides?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Did I just show everything?
Go ahead. It's all right.
Oh, tech guys, right? So I had a blast with this figure. It's just a lot of fun. It's one of those where, it's Yamaguchi. If those ball joints on the shoulders bug you, they're just always going to bug you. But for posing, I had fun waiting for Jason Todd to give him that crowbar, and then has a bunch of guns with it, a couple knives, decks of cards and stuff. I kind of like the ha-ha clip-on in the back. But, man, just a whole lot of fun to take pictures with. And, of course, superposable. So that is my number 6. Mezco the Shadow. I had always wanted to get this one. This is the reissue special set. I definitely paid way too much for it. There's some minor changes between the first and the original. He's if people aren't familiar, he's kind of a 30s radio pulp comic hero. Sort of Batman Gray Ghost-esque, I suppose you could say. Kind of uses parlor tricks and things to get away. Later, I think they gave him psychic powers. But he's got guns and goes around kicking ass. The scarf is pretty cool. It's wired. It's a full 3-piece suit with overcoat. I couldn't quite capture it as well here, but man, it's really, really nice. For me too, this was a little sentimental. It's kind of a funny, well, to me, funny story was I was really excited to get this because my dad, growing up, always told me about the radio show and the comics and stuff, and always talked about the Shadow. And he had his famous his quote is always, "What lurks in the minds of evil men? Who knows what lurks in the minds of evil men? The Shadow knows." So it's supposed to be this badass guy in the dark. And I brought it up to him and showed him the pictures. Had no idea who it was. It's kind of disappointing. I was like, "Remember the Shadow?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I just knew the line, and he was kind of cool." Sentimental to me now. So he comes with the usual guns and the blast effects that would come with Mezco figures. The alternate head that comes with this one is pretty cool. It's just all blacked out with kind of Nightcrawler looking eyes. So it shows up really well. And that's my number 5. It's a set, so I Ryan the hell out of this one. I'm just dumping all for it here. I know Al's waiting on his. My pictures are okay. I can't wait to see what Al does with pictures of this one. It is a fun set. I always say that the Mezco sets are kind of daunting because they come with so many accessories. This comes with a metric ton of accessories for each one. So I kind of tried to capture them in different stages. So you got, and I forgot his glasses, but the Thing in his Yancey Street disguise, and you get Herbie robot. He opens up in the front and back with his computer and chemistry set. Human Torch lights up. I will say that shield effect with the with Invisible Woman, boy, that's hard to keep on that way. But Mr. Fantastic is super cool with the I actually have the second one so you can kind of see him. Human Torch lights up. And for a light up figure, it actually came out really well. So that is the Fantastic Four. If you can get your hands on it, I recommend it, but harder to find now. I was hoping Ian would still be on because I know we both love this figure. Roman Key Gun Girl. A lot of fun to pose. Comes with 2 separate bodies, so you can pick whether you wanted her tatted up or not. This works for me. I always love the crazy ones, current life included. So the crazy dangerous ones totally work. It does have its drawbacks. You can see the knees. They definitely sacrifice some aesthetics to make it more posable. It's very posable. The only other thing that bugged me was the gun hands. You have to use those to hold the big gun, and those fingers are a little too loose. So it took a lot of work to get her to hold that just the right way. But a really fun figure to play around with. Like Al was saying, I'm a huge Batman fan, so number 2 was hard for me to put him at, but this is as good a Batman figure as you're going to get.
I know why. I know why now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know your number 1 is there.
I technically got the deluxe because, like a fool, I ordered the premium version and then realized that base was pretty cool. So I ordered them separately, but the whole set. The base is really cool, and I know Robert went over this a bunch, but it's hollow inside, so you can and holds all the pieces. So
like there's little pieces to put your pieces on, like it slots and stuff.
Yeah, so it's convenient and cool looking. That is number 2, and Al, I think, already guessed. Oh my God, do I love this figure? It's so dynamic. I know people had some issues with the cape. I had that at first, and then suddenly it just stopped sticking. But look at that angry face, and the light up eyes actually work well on this. They show up, so even in light, you could really see it pretty well. I did have some trouble, and I don't know, Robert, if you had the same thing where sometimes the it's a magnet in the cowl that turns them on and off. At one point, I just could not get that thing to turn off.
I just took the battery out.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. So it's a little hinky, but man, it's more posable than it looks like it should be. The costume is perfect. I'd have been happy with maybe a little more wiring in the cape, but it also drapes really nicely. And anyway, that is my number 1. That's all 6 for me.
Okay, cool. Kaiju Kitty, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'll go next. So my number 6 just came in today. Actually, my number 6 and my number 5 came in today. The reason why the Jada Toys Sagat is my number 6. He wouldn't even be on this list. Actually, I have to say 5. I have 5 figures. I'm the kind of guy that can actually go months and months without buying a figure. So it's kind of amazing that I have 5 figures to show you.
Teach us your ways.
But
Yeah.
I'm just disgusted by this toe articulation. The joint looks weird. I would have preferred he not have articulated joints. I don't like it. He's a great figure other than that, though. Properly big. I don't feel like he was a waste of money. Blanca is a great figure. He probably could have benefited from toy articulation, but I'm so glad he doesn't have it. And I do like how they did the soft hair right here. Okay. And I'm very, very happy that Big Bad finally got these, like, what, a month after they were already in stores?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my number 4. My number 3 I got last week. This is the Hammond Collection Stegosaurus.
Nice.
I love her. I've got I don't do videos normally of 112 human action figures, but she's getting a video. I love making Hammond collection videos. They're fun, and it's just my thoughts on it. I don't do like reviews. I just do how I feel about it. That's that was number 3, right?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so this figure is going to be both number 2 and number 1. And it is my NECA Leatherhead. I had to get 2. You have to get 2 because this guy has an eye patch. This guy looks like Beavis. Look at him. He has cornholio. He needs teepee for his bunghole. I love this figure. I found one in the wild at Target, and then I had one on pre-order at BBTS, and I said I could cancel that, but then I looked at this head sculpt and I was like, do I really want to constantly take off the head whenever I want to, like, so, no. And then I said, oh, wait a minute. I like to do play motions. These are 2 different characters. They're 2 different guys. That's what they own. So that's my number 2 and my number 1 right there. I absolutely love that Leatherhead figure. It looks incredible. I guess as like something I got this year, just to show off, the Haya Toys.
Yeah.
Number 10 Skullcrawler.
Nice.
This thing's incredible.
I lost my tongue.
You lost your tongue?
Yeah.
I love posing him like this, though. I have him perched up on a little part of my shelf that's like above the actual floor of the shelf, and then I have him like just perched like this because it's like he looks so good. I love that he can look all the way down like that too.
Unlike the first one.
Unlike the first one, which I do have. I liked it when I first got it, but then I got this guy, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much easier moving him around. I actually did a little stop motion with him, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
But yeah, those are my figures for this month.
Mr. No Mike? Kaiju No Mike? You want to go?
Yes.
6.
All these are my
Turn your speaker off.
Best timing ever.
Turn your speaker off.
I don't. What?
We're getting the feedback. We're getting the whistle. Do what you did before.
If everybody stops talking, maybe I don't have feedback. You have feedback now. No. Okay.
Feedback's from you.
No, I think it's who knows. Okay, so one of my top ones this month is Pimp Hound with Pimp Daddy Destro right in it.
Hold on.
So this is Gridiron Studios, The Hounds. So this is a limited edition, and he called it the Pimp Hound, and that's actually what it's called. So, and I got Pimp Daddy Destro in it, driving it, and I definitely want to email him and tell him I need these to be gold. So I think it'd pop a lot better. So Gridiron Studios, great company, love them. They got the new Phalanx, and I'm waiting on to buy one of those. Another one I got was from Joe Fest, Bumbles. So 1/18 scale. And Seth Green signed it. Got to meet him. There was only 50 of them or 49. No, 40 of them made. So I got one of them. And then I'm going to rotate this computer. And I just got a pile of stuff over here. Damn. Yep. I forgot I got this. Hopefully. The Shadow. Totally forgot I had that. So I got that one. It's my second Shadow, so I'm happy about that. And then I got the at Joe Fest, I got the Air Tiger. It's going to be in Tiger Shark colors. I haven't even opened it yet. But at first when I got it, I thought I got the wrong one. But if you have the project code, it has A at the end. That means you got the tiger shark one. So I got that. And another one. I saw this at Joe Fest. I had to get it. So I got Bishop and I got Sir Gideon Heavens brand or whatever his name is to write it. So that goes together. So that's a one. And then I was lucky enough to get the Barbarians, the Mythic Legions. I got like 3 of them. I got 3 sculpts, 3 of the Barbarians. And then the wild card is this guy. I forget his name, but he's a Cosmic Legion. Look at that sculpt. I don't know if you can see it.
Take him out.
Well.
Yeah. High pressure unboxing.
But he's the guy that was in the mech, and he sold out like instantly. And I never even, they talk about Cosmic Legion struggling. Yeah, take a shot. You can do it. Come on. No crap. Stuff's falling. Look at that, dude.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the ATL 25 figure, the roadblock looking guy. I think we'll make him one of those guys. I'm going to use that sculpt and then switch out Roblox arms. But look at that, dude. But I think he's in a 2-pack in convention exclusives. But I don't know if they sold them at the store at Four Horsemen. And they probably did separately. And I think the IshCon guys had them. So I need to get one more. So if somebody's listening that has connections, I need at least one more. And on Sunday when I was at Joe Fast, I tried to get one more, and he told me, he goes, man, those things sold out instantly. They only had 4 at the show. So
You're lucky you got one.
yeah, I'm lucky I got one, but I'm not kidding you. I did not have much knowledge of him. But he's my, I think, 2nd Cosmic Legion. So, yep.
That's 6?
That was actually 7, but I tricked you. I didn't have a countdown, so I was like, you know what? He's gonna call me out, so I gotta make it as tough as possible. But like I said, I got so many figures.
Let's go for my 6. Kaiju Kitty, eyes on me.
Sorry. I need it so bad. That thing is so awesome.
Eyes on me. Yeah, he's awesome. I just realized that the tongue is articulated. You can get the tongue to come up and down.
Oh yeah, you can do that with all of them.
Yeah. So the tail is awesome. It's so well articulated.
Oh wow.
I already know what kind of ridiculous things I'm going to do with him because the articulation looks so good on him. You can actually T-pose, right?
Not really. No, like that's the extent.
You know what? That's still better than the 2014 one.
You can go straight across, but you're getting it like that. But he's a very, very well articulated figure. He's got a great presence. He looks awesome. Again, he's just $50. The tail is so good. It's so nice. You can do so much with the tail. And I have the new, the legendary one from the new movie with that tail that's even supposedly better than this one. So that's on the way. I was hoping it would have already arrived, but
is that the evolved version?
The evolved version, yeah, the pink one. I wasn't gonna get it, but then I saw the articulation and I was like, I need it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit, like, I saw it and I was almost tempted to get it, even though I don't particularly like that design. But
yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So this is the 91. Yeah. So I'm waiting on my 91 King Ghidorah, and I'll have these 2 guys squaring up. They're coming out with another one of this where he comes with the atomic breath. Yeah. So I'm getting that too.
So if I'm getting one, do I wait for that one or do I get that one?
Well, it depends on what
that's
you
the
want.
one you like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at both and figure it out. So that's my number 6. My number 5. I know someone asked earlier in the stream. This is the Alpha. This is the Ken. This is so good. It's so nice. The gi is soft. The chest is soft. He's got pretty good balance. So he's just, he's a really good figure. I skipped on all the Jada. I have this guy. I just lost a hand. I have this guy. I have the Figuarts Ryu, and I just got invoiced for the Alpha Ryu. So hopefully that comes in July and I can showcase that. But yeah, so this is my number 5. My number 4 is the Deep. So he's a pretty cool character, figure, I should say. His range on his butterflies is really good. So his butterflies really kind of let him
that is really
let
good.
him move forward really well. If you want to do like a diving pose or something like that, it's really good. He's just a really good design character. I like this head sculpt more than the others. I think it works better. It looks less cartoony and goofy. But I like it. I like the figure a lot. I didn't think that I would as much as I did from the beginning. When I first started looking at it, I was like, this isn't as good. But actually, I like it maybe more now than I did during the review. My number 3 is the Soldier Boy. So this guy, I was told that I have the neck in the wrong position, but I don't know what someone was talking about. I don't know how you adjust the neck more than I have it. This one's really good. I like the character a lot. It's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know, Muff Toys is going to be announcing their Soldier Boy in July, so stay tuned for that. That should be pretty awesome. But yeah, this guy is very nice. Again, the head sculpt's not quite there, but it's a pretty good head sculpt. I think this version of the head is probably better than this one. But I like it. It's a nice figure. And moving along, I got Snafu from the Pacific.
Oh, nice.
So this is sort of the deluxe version. He comes with sculpted hands, the forearms with the wrist, so you can have him in different poses without having that wrist joint. He's still in the box because I need to get a new display case, and I don't want him taken out of the box just kind of hanging around. So I have him in the box. I took him out. He's cool. But for those of you who know, like these military figures, you have to put them together. So you have to put all the equipment on them, which can be a major pain in the ass. So that's something that's been daunting, and I didn't take them out and put them together yet because of that. And then my number 1, no secret at all. He is that National Defender. He's just an amazing figure. Between this, the Batman, the InArt Batman, and then all these other InArt figures we're getting, the other Chaos figures we're going to be getting. The Chaos Batman is due in September. So it's a great time to be a 112 collector. So this guy is really great. He's really awesome. And if you have an opportunity to get it, by all means, try to get it. Don't overspend for it. I know KJ has it coming from China. We'll see if it actually shows up or not, but it's great. So those are my 6. July, I should have some really good figures, especially those 3 from the Tamashi Nations, the Metacom event. So those Mafex figures I'll have, and I'll most likely have them on display as well. So those are my 6. It's a pretty good month. And that's it. So with that, we're going to segue into the members stream. So for those of you who have been watching, who aren't a member, I thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Those of you who are members, we'll be going over there, probably start that in about 5 minutes or so. So I want to, again, thank Kaiju Kitty for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get him to stick around. Maybe he's got to go to bed. I don't know. It depends.
Actually, I do have things I have to take care of.
All right. So thank you for being here, man. I really do appreciate it. And I know everybody's been itching to get you on. So again, thank you.
The Kaiju Tour.
Yeah.
Kaiju Tour. Oh.
So again, next month we'll be very busy. We have the Metacom stuff. We have San Diego Comic-Con. We just got so much going on, so many drops, so many announcements. So that'll do it. I'll see you guys over in the member stream. So take care, be good, be safe. See you next time.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Kaiju.